Now right here we've got 3 different South Korean RoK Marine Special Operations food packets. In the center we've got a freeze-dried rice meal. Over to the right it's an unknown packet other than its date of production and expiration dates. And over to the left appears to be some sort of beverage packet. So let's check this out first. I'm not sure what that is there. Feels like it could be instant tea or hot cocoa. And then this looks like an instant coffee. And then this is something that's vacuum sealed and unlabeled. A piece of gum. Got some compressed food bars. This one being sesame seed and some sort of sugar or molasses. It's very hard. And a couple more of those here. Some chocolate. And another one of those sesame bars. And this looks like maybe some sort of desiccant packet. And that's it. So more than just beverages. Now let's check out that unlabeled, well, other than its date of production being 1998 and expiration date being year 2000 packet here. Not sure what's in this one. Okay, and this one here apparently is the same thing. Oh wow. And these compressed food bars are not looking quite as in good a condition. I mean, maybe just being a little crushed, a little bit darker in appearance. Oh, well, yeah, it's just another sesame bar. Okay, so this here appears to be the same exact thing as the labeled packet. So, nothing different with this one. Everything being the same. Actually, I take that back. This here, the dessert, looks to be a little bit different than this one here. There apparently are some differences. Everything else appears to be about the same. Okay, now that those are laid out, let's check out the main course here, which is some sort of freeze-dried, vacuum-sealed, very similar to the long-range patrol ration or meal cold weather U.S. counterpart. This is definitely freeze-dried, some sort of rice entree. There's some sort of rice and a sesame oil. Now this thing was very difficult to translate, so I just know it's a rice main course, and I'm not really sure what else is in here component-wise, so we're just gonna see if it's got a hiss. Nice little hiss. This protective outer layer keeps pinholes from getting to this inner entree. This looks pretty interesting. Some sort of seaweed and rice main course with seasonings. Some sort of sesame oil and another kind of maybe spicy seasoning. And the main entree seems to be some sort of chicken, seaweed, and rice, white rice entree. Very neat. And the RoK Marine symbol. This thing is official. Very interesting find. Not bad. And now that this is laid out, let's get this out onto a tray. Nice. Alright, so I first want to start with what was on the left side here, which this coffee packet feels like it may still be good. We'll see. Let's check that out first. Looks okay. And the left side one is also just fine. Cool. And it seems to be like creamer, sugar, and coffee mixed together. But before I add that hot water to those, I want to add some hot water to this, the main first, which there's a fill line right here. And I'm guessing this is probably about 10 to 12 ounces. And if you look inside it, appears to be some chicken and beef and seaweed, along with some green onions and white rice. It has a very nice, pleasant smell to it, almost like dried parsley. I'm going to first just add hot water and maybe a little bit of this dry seasoning. I'm gonna let that absorb. Wrap that up. That looks about right. Because it didn't quite make it to the fill line before it started to fully absorb. I'm gonna place that back into the main package so it doesn't spill. And since this ration didn't come with its own spoon, of course I'm going to use the standard MRE spoon as a substitute. I want to see what this thing's all about. Seems like a very strange shelf-stable fudge or chocolate. It smells very foul. Oh wow. That kind of reminds me of the smell of some really weird old MCI dessert that's like spoiled, but in its appearance it looks just fine. This thing smells completely foul. It's, oh yeah, it's that weird rubbery, yeah, that's not the way it's supposed to be. Bummer. Let's check this one out. Oh, it also smells foul. Of course, it has to go and have that same thing. It's weird preservatives, and you know, probably has sorbitol and like egg whites in it, and one's sitting like that with hydrogenated oils, and after all those years it looks okay, but this stuff, it's just a mere shadow of its former self. It's kind of a, yeah, bummer for sure. But anyway, let's try out this coffee real quick while it's still nice and hot. Oh yeah, that's not very good actually. I'm not sure if it ever was or if it's just, you know, off by this point, but it just has this, like, I don't know, like almost a plastic-like flavor to it, and it's just very off-putting. I'm not sure what the deal is with it, but anyway, let's see what this is like. This Sesame Bar, again, smells pretty foul. I am going to try it out because I just kind of can't help myself. I'm curious to see what this is right here. And this appears to be like, what is that? That's like an electrolyte beverage base. Has an interesting smell to it. That little bit I tasted is leaving a pretty strange aftertaste to it. I won't say it's bad, but you know, B vitamins, electrolytes. I mean, it's a nice addition to the ration, and I'm curious to see what flavor it is, or at least was, you know, about 18 years ago when this was made. And its expiration was only 2 years after its production, so I can't expect this thing to really be in any sort of excellent condition, considering that. It's kind of a bland, sweet, maybe lychee flavor or something. I mean, no particular kind of fruit or anything. Oh geez, yeah, there's parts of this just aren't dissolving. Still kind of almost like it. It's really not bad. So I'm curious to see what's in this vacuum sealed packet here. Nice is. Oh wow. That's dried fish, vacuum sealed. Very interesting. It has like some sort of, is that a dry mold? I'm not sure what that is. Oh boy. It has kind of a foul smell to it. But it's a dried fish. And definitely has some sort of fossil appearance to it. There's a piece that's not like that. I'm going to try that piece out. Hey, I kind of like that. Actually, that's so... Wow, fish jerky from like 18 years ago. Wow. It's really not bad at all. It has a strong fish flavor. It's not salty. That is so good. That is actually one of the best things I've ever eaten in a ration. It has a sweet flavor to it. And now let's kind of ruin that enjoyable streak with a bite of this. Just a small bite. Even though it smells weird, it tastes fine. Like if a nice nutty sesame flavor. Wow. Did not expect that at all. That thing's dense in calories. And a great high energy food. Easy to eat, non-thirst provoking, good flavor. And it's technically the age of an adult. This Sesame Bar is fantastic. Did not expect that. Let's check out this, what could be like a shortbread or just compressed food bar. It has a rancid smell, but again, that Sesame Bar smelled weird too. Could be just from this chocolate. Check out a small bite. That's a slightly dry, or very dry, slightly unpleasant, almost flavorless, chalky, if anything, in consistency and lacking in any sort of flavor. Not sweet at all. Compressed shortbread bar. With really no shortening even. This is almost like hardtack. Then again, if I think of it as a cracker and less as a cookie or a shortbread, now my mind is able to wrap around it as a food. But at first I was expecting this to be like sweet, maybe even like a Daytrex bar or something. But it's not bad. So now, let's try this weird chocolate. It's like a Tootsie Roll. Lightly sweet, kind of a cheap, weird motor oily chocolate. I kind of like it though. It's just like a really old Tootsie Roll flavor and consistency. It's still edible. It totally has a ration flavor to it. Like that MRE, 1990s era dark pouch MRE dessert preservative flavor to it. It's just almost rubbery. I can't explain it. And this is just another one of those beverage packs like this one over here. So I'm going to keep this sealed. This I actually really enjoy. Even though it doesn't mix very well. It's an interesting, I think it's a lychee fruit. I don't know, it's interesting. I just can't quite explain it. And this Sesame Bar over here feels even softer. And it looks lighter in appearance than that one over there. I'm curious to see if it's any different. Well, its flavor is sweeter. And it's actually cut into quarters instead of halves. But it also has an ever so slight rancid kind of undertone. And I think it's actually from this. It has a smell that I'm not even going to try this. It's rock hard. It smells disgusting. And I'm not going to ruin my palate with the thing. I already know it's no good. And with that being said, I wouldn't mind checking this out. And I think it's fully hydrated. Yes, this looks great. This looks fantastic. That's awesome. Not bad. And I'm going to get this laid out. Actually, I'm going to try it out on its own first. A little teeny bit of everything. I just want a small bite on its own first. Yes, it's just a tad bit bland. Now it's perfectly hydrated, but it's just a little bit bland. So I am going to add the 2 seasoning packets to it. And I think that's great that they have that option. I'm going to add that whole pack to it. And same with this whole thing of sesame oil. Whoa, that's intense right there. Definitely going to mix all that in. Now let's get this all mixed together. That is just a massive portion of food. Definitely equivalent to the US LRP freeze-dried entree size. And very similar, I'm certain, in its general scope of design. That looks great. Let's try this thing out. You got beef, some chicken, and seaweed. Oh my gosh. That is a spicy, savory flavor. That seasoning is incredible. And the beef is actually of really good quality. It was very tender and well hydrated. That seaweed has an excellent fishy kind of flavor to it, which just has a seafood and beef, like a surf and turf with rice kind of flavor. This thing being produced in 1998, this is amazing. What a find. This is definitely one of the best entrees from a ration I've ever had. That is incredible. I can't even believe this. Wow, I just can't stop eating. I always know when it's a good ration when I'm standing over this camera munching away. And then there's a piece with some chicken. I can see that. Not bad. That seaweed gives a very nice exotic essence to it. This is fantastic. Absolutely amazing, high quality. I just can't believe it. I just kind of want to have another bite of this fish jerky. I almost said beef jerky. Wow, it's sweet. The fish is sweet. Definitely some surf and turf now. Look at that piece of beef. This is exciting, engaging. It's engaging my senses. I mean, it's just a culinary kind of exploration. It really is. I mean, the fish jerky is just very unusual for me. And the flavor. That beef, again, and I just hit a burst of seasoning there. It's spicy, it's savory, it's complex, yet it's not overly spicy, but it's giving me this kind of cool feeling on my skin, kind of like Thai curry. The rice is perfectly hydrated. Nothing tastes off at all. I have no idea when I'll ever get this chance to try this incredibly rare and out of production ration again. I'll probably never get a chance again. I will always remember this. This is one heck of an experience. Okay, I want to check out this coffee real quick, see if it's the same as the one on the left. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It tastes weird. And that one tasted kind of weird too, but that tastes worse. I'm definitely going to finish this. One of the best. South Korean RoK Marine Special Operations food packets. Very similar to the food packet long range patrol or meal cold weather in the sense of compressed food bars, high calorie, freeze-dried, vacuum-sealed entrees, long shelf life, and in this case being 18 years old. Awesome fish jerky. Fantastic main course. I mean, I don't know what to say other than these weird desserts are, I mean, that's no big deal. The Sesame Bars were pretty much a dessert in themselves. The coffee, kind of off, but again, no big deal. The beverage base mix, get that last weird sip. Not bad. Not bad at all. Anyway, this is Steve1989 off MREinfo.com. Hope you guys liked the video. This one was pretty interesting, pretty unusual. I'll be coming back at you with something new or old. Alright, cool. See ya.